everybody, and welcome to the third installment of our Fab Five series, where we talk about 5 fabulous prophets of the Old Testament. We've already talked about 2, and now we're on our third. God gave the Fab Five prophets a special superpower. Do you remember what it is? If you said that God told them what was going to happen in the future so that they could tell the people around them, you are absolutely right. So far, we've looked at 2 of our Fab Five prophets, Elijah and Elisha, but today we are going to hear a whale of a tale about a prophet who became fish food. That's right, my very favorite prophet of the Old Testament. And his name was Jonah. Jonah and the giant fish. Many miles from Israel was a giant city called Nineveh, filled with people who didn't know God. Nineveh was a filthy and despicable town, doing filthy and despicable things. But God wanted to give them a second chance. He told a prophet named Jonah, "Go to Nineveh and tell the people to turn away from their sins or be destroyed." Jonah knew all about the people of Nineveh. They were the worst. The worst! He was afraid to go there and had no desire to help them. So he ran away from God to the sea town of Joppa. When he found a ship's captain, he said, "I'll take a one-way ticket to not Nineveh." But God wasn't going to give up on Jonah so quickly. As the ship sailed away with Jonah in the opposite direction of Nineveh, God sent a huge storm to batter the ship. The sailors were totally freaked out and began throwing things overboard to make the ship lighter so that it wouldn't sink. When they saw Jonah, they asked him, "Are you the cause of this trouble? Who are you and where are you from?" With a rain-soaked face and wind-blown hair, Jonah told them that he was from Israel and he worshipped the one true God. He told them that he was running away from God, that he was the cause of the terrible, terrible storm, and that the only way to stop it was to throw him into the sea. So that's exactly what they did. And as soon as Jonah kersplashed into the raging waters, the storm came to a sudden halt. Jonah was a cowardly and faithless man, doing cowardly and faithless things. But God wanted to give him a second chance. So he sent a giant fish to swallow Jonah whole. Gross. Jonah's one-way ticket to not Nineveh had turned into 3 free nights in the Fish Guts Hotel. For 3 days and 3 nights, God kept Jonah alive in the dark, stinky belly of a giant fish. It's not what Jonah wanted, but it's exactly what Jonah needed. Time to quietly think and pray to God. As Jonah began to realize his mistake, he called out to God. He prayed, "From deep in the sea, I call out to you, God, and you hear me. I will do what you say and tell the people that you are the God who saves." As soon as Jonah said amen, he heard the fish belly gurgling and rumbling all around him. Now that Jonah had turned back to God, it was checkout time at the Lord's commanding. The giant fish spit Jonah up onto dry land. Once again, God said to Jonah, "Go to Nineveh." Jonah still smelled like fish breath, so he wasn't about to make the same mistake twice. This time, Jonah obeyed what God told him to do. He went to Nineveh and told people, "In 40 days, Nineveh will be destroyed if you don't turn your hearts to God." When he said these words, Jonah braced himself, waiting for someone to get mad and give him a good thumping. He was sure the people wouldn't believe him. But to his surprise, they did. Even the king of Nineveh listened and believed. After hearing the warning, the king gave an order. All of you must call out to God with all of your hearts. Stop doing what is evil, and maybe God will have mercy on us. So that's exactly what they did. 120,000 people, from the lowest of servants to the highest of royalty, cried out to God. And when God saw that they had stopped doing what is evil, he took pity on them and didn't destroy them. Because of God's great patience, both Jonah and Nineveh had a second chance to follow God and to do what was right. Wow, can you believe that? God told Jonah to do something, and he did the exact opposite. Jonah completely missed the target, but the entire city of Nineveh missed the target too. Jonah and the Ninevites missed the target so badly that God could have given them terrible consequences for their actions. Even though God could have totally destroyed these guys and completely kicked them out of Nineveh, he decided to give them a second chance. God was patient with Jonah and the people of Nineveh because he wanted to give them the opportunity to turn away from their sins. And guess what? It's the exact same for you and me. I'm so thankful for that. That's exactly what our Bible verse for today tells us. 2 Peter 3:9. God is patient with you. He doesn't want anyone to be destroyed. Instead, he wants all people to turn away from their sins. 2 Peter 3:9. Sometimes it's kind of easy to think that you completely missed God's target and messed up so bad that he can't forgive you. But in reality, in truth, it is never too late to ask for forgiveness. God is patient, so we can go to him for second chances and third chances and fourth chances and a millionth chances. Does that mean that we should keep on sinning? No way! God doesn't want us to sin. But when we do, he is so ready to forgive us. And that is one of my favorite things about God, is his love is so big, it covers all of the things that I could ever do wrong. And that's some pretty big love. And that is all that we have for today. I'm so glad that you joined us, and I'm so excited to see you in the next one. Okay, bye!